Making and taking phone calls is a vital element of many patient care coordinator positions. However, our PCCs with HearingLife communicate daily with an older population, specifically those with hearing difficulties. This presents a special challenge. In this video, we are going to learn how to meet this challenge with 6 tips covered under 2 key points: mitigating the lack of visual cues and matching pace. When it comes to mitigating the lack of visual cues caused by phone conversations, it's important to keep tone of voice, physical posture, and your personal brand in mind. Tone of voice is incredibly important over phone calls. It's crucial to remember that our patients cannot read our lips or facial expressions when on the phone, so your voice must be able to convey not only the information you're sharing, but also whatever your face or body language would be trying to express. I refer to this as physical grammar. We want to try to avoid allowing any boredom, frustration, or distraction from creeping into our tone. They don't know what's happening on our end of the call, so they may take those tones personally. Instead, try to sound as though you are excited to speak with them. Smile when you speak. It's amazing how inviting your voice can sound. Another great way to be aware of your tone is to speak as though they are standing here right now. Body language, facial expressions, and all. Good posture is surprisingly effective in promoting a clear, understandable phone voice. Poor posture compresses your airways, which weakens your voice. Try to avoid slouching or hunching your shoulders during calls, and while it may be comfortable or convenient, try to keep from cradling the phone receiver between your shoulder and ear. Instead, sit up straight when you speak, or stand if you have the option. This, plus opening your shoulders and raising your chin, will open your airways and allow you to speak more easily and clearly. Your brand is a vital part of you, whether you know it or not. Phone calls are often the first impression someone has of our clinic, and personality sneaks into voices very easily. A good way of owning your brand is to try to avoid being too generic or commercial sounding. Avoid sounding like a robocall with little inflection. Instead, if you're a peppy, happy-go-lucky person, show it through your voice. If you are more thoughtful or methodical in your speaking, let that shine through. It's very important to be true to yourself and far less tiring than pretending otherwise. Matching pace is our second key point, and it includes slowing down, speaking clearly, and projecting your voice instead of shouting. Slowing down our speech is something we talk about but sometimes forget to do. We need to remember that we are not only on the phone with folks who have a hearing loss, but they may also not be native English speakers. When slowing down our speech, this does not mean stretching or exaggerating words, as this actually takes more work to understand. Instead, find the natural pauses when you speak and extend them slightly. Some ESL speakers may understand English better than they speak it, so repeating what they've said before responding can be incredibly helpful for everyone involved. Many patients have shown to have decent hearing when it comes to volume, but struggle with speech discrimination. Exaggerating your words, as mentioned before, takes more work to understand. Using words and phrases that could be deemed unprofessional, such as slang, can also make conversations more difficult. Instead, work on enunciating clearly, and if the patient is struggling to understand a particular word or sentence, try rephrasing instead of repeating it multiple times. Learning to project your voice is a wonderful skill to have. It allows you to be more easily understood without upsetting someone or straining your voice. Best tip? Just don't shout. Shouting implies frustration and also may cause your conversation to be overheard by others. Instead, learn to project your voice by lowering the pitch slightly and speaking powerfully from lower in your throat. It may take some practice to feel and hear the difference between shouting and projecting, but once you figure it out, you'll open more pleasant conversational doors. In summary, pay attention, maintain good posture, be true to your brand, speak slowly, speak clearly, and project but don't shout. Keep these in mind, and you'll be able to maintain a positive phone experience with your patients.